Hello, everyone. My name is Kim Dalsgaard Christensen. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer here at Continia Software. I'm the humble host of this event, but in a few minutes, I will let screen and sound to Lotte Sandbjerg Weilgaard, who will make the presentation of the latest features in Continia Expense Management 2025 R1. For those of you who haven't met Continia before this webinar, very short, Continia is an international software vendor. We focus 100% building solutions, enhancing the financial capabilities within Microsoft Dynamics Business Central. Each and every solution is delivered through our partners. All our solutions are available on Microsoft App Stores, and from 1st of April, all solutions were upgraded to the new version 2025 R1, supporting the new Business Central 2025 Wave 1, both in the Continia and Microsoft world, also called version 26. During this month, we will release extensions as well, supporting Business Central on premises, and I know that the first extensions already are available within Partner Zone for our partners to deliver. To support this event, we have established to support this new releases, we have established a comprehensive range of latest features webinars. Since you did register, you will get access to the recording of this event. Furthermore, we will make recordings of all webinars available on our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, and you will be notified when new videos are published. The pure purpose of our latest features webinars are how to show new added features and improvements to an existing set of features from previous versions. If you're interested in a full walkthrough of a solution, we also offer webinars for that purpose. Just go to our webinar page at our website to register. And with those informations, I think it's time for you, Lotte, to take over screen and sound and present the new features in expense management. Lotte?
Thank you, Kim. Yes, let me share my screen. Hi, everyone. I am the solution specialist, global solution specialist for expense management. And now that we've approached the 2025 R1 release, I'm excited to present the latest updates and improvements for expense management. First, as Kim mentioned, I will give you a guided tour, but during the session, you are welcome to write your questions in the chat, and I have my colleague Rasmus who will help you answer all your questions during the sessions. But at the end of the session, we will sum up if there are any outstanding questions. Let's begin by outlining the agenda for the day and setting expectations for the insights and discussions ahead. The key features and functionalities that we will be highlighting today are designed to deliver value across all markets, ensuring relevant takeaways for everyone in attendance. We have made the option to define how to post on expense reports. We have made some improvements to the per diem. We have on the payment type, we have made some improvements to make more flexibility when changing settings. We have made some enhancements on document cards, including approval actions and opening cards from expense report. In regards to the job posting, we have made some improvements there to be able to post on job, not depending on the setup for how to post on the general ledger. We have added some extra setup to handle cash advance. And we have been looking into the description fields because previously they were one field for all document types. These have now been divided into individual description fields. With the expense reimbursement pages, we will now show all expense types, no matter if it's used or not on the expenses. And we've added some extra support for Boolean fields so that it can now be used in field dependencies. And then we've made some improvements for the 60-day rule, which is mainly for the Danish market. And then we've enhanced the image to PDF conversion when you send documents to document capture from expense management. Okay, so let's start with the group posting on expense reports. So when managing expense reports, you can now group employee or vendor ledger entries at the expense report level or by specific document types, such as expenses, mileage, and per diem. And this gives a simplified view of employee reimbursement. So on the setup page, you define the group posting. And the result of this will be showing on the employee ledger entries. Let's go to the solution and let me show you. So on the expense setup page, this is the setup here. So you defined if you would like to post it on single entries for the full expense report, or you would like to group it into posting per document type. And of course, I've made an example for that as well. So if I go to posted expense reports, you see here that there's an expense report sent in by Lena, 1 expense, 2 mileages, 1 per diem, which has been posted. And if I go to the entries here and look at the employee ledger entries, this is the same document number, but it's now being posted in grouping all the per diem, all the mileage, and all the expenses on the report. With the per diem, we've had several feedback in regards to the per diem calculation, that it was making a bit of confusion and it wasn't quite clear how the calculation were made and how we came up to the end result. So now when processing per diem expenses, the system now offers an improved insight into the calculation process with a detailed breakdown of the per diem amount displayed in a fact box. This allows users to easily view and verify the factors contributing to the final calculation, ensuring accuracy and simplifying expense validation directly into the interface. Let's jump back to Business Central and have a look at one per diem that I've created up front. So you see now that the details here, you can see exactly the allowances that the employee have chosen. And here you see the allowances being calculated automatically by the rates set up in the system and the deductions. And if you wanted to dive deeper into the details, you can click on the total and you will then see all the calculations, the hours that they've been away, and the deductions as well. With payment type, we have made some improvements because changing the credit card on the Continia user or changing settings on the payment type, that has been causing a bit of extra manual work previously because you had at the same time you had transactions coming in, and there was a lot of manual work to this. So we have improved this now, and then we have made the option to actually change the payment type posting account and the intermediate posting account. So now that can be changed, even though you're still having transactions coming in, and it will then have an effect on the future transactions coming into the to expense management. On top of this, you can also change the credit card details. So if an employee changes from Visa card to MasterCard or the other way around, that is possible as well. So let me try and show you an example. If I go to expenses, you see that there are a few transactions here lying, which has been imported for MasterCard. So when they came in, we linked the user to the card, and we chose the payment type MasterCard. But now I would like to change the card type on Lena to credit card, to Visa card instead. So MasterCard is standing here now. If I change it to Visa card, it will tell me that, of course, all open transactions will be updated automatically, but if it's posted or matched, it will not have any effect on the change that I'm doing right now. And to this, I say that's perfectly fine. And then now I will try and import some new transactions, and because this is I'm not able to get the automatic, but I've created a template downloading the transactions. So if I approve and transfer, I will then go back to my expenses, and these new transactions imported will have the new payment type. You can easily change that. I see that there is a hand up. I don't know if will you answer that, Rasmus, or should we take it maybe afterwards?
We can let if it's a question that needs to be asked, let's take it after, or else please type it in the chat.
Yeah, and then we can go back to the payment type changes at the end of the session. I'll be happy to answer the question. Good. Yeah, so we're hoping that you will find that this is quite valuable for you to do any changes during the process of credit card transactions. With the approve actions, we have had several requests that it would be really nice to be able to approve inside Business Central on the actual document instead of having to go to the overview. So we're trying to align the process here with the web approval portal so that you can approve, reject, forward, and put on hold inside Business Central on the actual document instead of having to go to the overview as we did previously. Of course, you still have these actions up here from the overview, but when you open an expense, as an example, you will have the actions lying here as well, so you can approve from here and then forward to the next one, instead of having to go back to the overview and approve from there. And on the admin side of it, let's see, we've got something for, just probably need to find one. Yeah, you can see that you can send it for approval here as an admin. So we've added some approve actions here as well. Yes. Okay, going back to my PowerPoint. One of the things that we've been asked is as well that when an expense user has submitted an expense report, it was hard to find all the details of the individual documents on the expense report. So that we've made that available now. So when you look at an expense report, it's not only the line showing, but you can actually view the document. And again, going back to the approval entries. Oh, sorry, that was not the expense report. This was the one. So previously, this was the view that you could see, and you could then go to the individual documents, see all the details on the line. But right now, I'm actually able to go and view the document card and see all the details from there. We've made some improvements on the job posting if you have some specific settings for the reimbursement method. So once you have set this up, that you would like it to be handled as a reimbursement method external payroll system, there will be no other settings needed. And it will automatically have a look at the document, whether there are some posting that needs to be done on a job, but no general ledger posting. And then the job will be posted as you wished for. So again, let's try and have a look at one of I have a posted mileage, which I've set to be handled as external payroll system because I want to pay the mileage from there. But if I go to find entries, you see that there are only the project ledger entries. There are no ledger entries, no general ledger entries posted. So the setting is quite simple. You need to go to the reimbursement page. No, that's not what it's called. Default, this one. And you simply change the setting here to external system, and then it will validate if there are any posting that needs to be done on the job. Cash advance. We've had a payment type called corporate cash for quite a while, but now we've even made it easier to handle cash advance. So we've created an expense type called cash advance where there's no refund for the user to use the combination of the expense type cash advance and the payment type corporate cash. And of course, they can use both corporate cash as the payment type, or if they've withdrawn money from their MasterCard or Visa card, that can be used as well. So again, let's try and jump into Business Central. And I'll find my cash advance. So there will be no refund for this one because in this case, the user have received some cash lying in the office. But again, I mean, the corporate cash could have been MasterCard or Visa as well if it's withdrawn from the expense type or from the expense. So let's have a look at the expense type setup. So the cash advance lying here, and it simply sets as a no refund. So that can be used in combination with the corporate cash or corporate card. A lot of people have been wanting more flexibility as they needed different descriptions depending on the document type. So what you will see now is that the description field has different field code name for each document. So the expense is called E description, the mileage is called M description, the per diem is P description, and the expense report ER description. So you can actually define, if you don't want to call it description, you can call it purpose or whatever is valuable for your company. And then they won't interfere with each other. They are separated on the document type. On the expense reimbursement page, we have been showing previously only the expense type that have been used, but now we will show all the expense types set up in expense management, no matter if it's used or not. And again, let's try and jump into the page just to show you. I'll change to amount. And in this case, you see that there's a list of expense types showing here, and I can actually go to the next page by using the actions up here. So I can see all the, maybe I should show everything so that you can see that there are amounts showing in accommodation, cash advance, but this specific user hasn't used any of the other expense types yet. But you would get a really nice overview of the all the details. On top of this, we have made the Boolean value. We've supported this in the field dependencies, and we've improved some 60-day rule, and we have enhanced the image to PDF conversion. So if you send in a JPEG file on the expense and you want it to forward it to document capture, now it's being converted into PDF automatically. And now I have come to the end. This was all the new functionalities and improvements that we've done. So it's now open for questions that Rasmus hasn't answered during the session.
There's a question about if we in the future will support live transactions from credit cards. As it is right now, we are very dependent on the bank. So it depends a lot on what the banks can offer as well there. We would of course like to support directly communication, but yeah, we're right now very dependent on the bank on this. But we are looking into what possibilities there are. Michael, I know most banks offer some solution, but we are directly in contact with the banks with what they can offer, and right now we don't have an option with our communication with the bank where they have an option that allows it. Louisa asked for any possibilities to export documents as PDF files. Can you elaborate what documents? Are we talking all attachments or what documents are we looking at to export as PDF files? Because if it's the attachments in general to our expenses, we right now have an option from the posted expenses side from that page where you can go in and you can export the attachments. I think Lotte will show here in a moment.
Yeah, right now I don't have any, but I think it's the tax report we've got, right? Where we
Yeah,
can.
you have it should be under actions in the top. You have function here and download expense attachments. That will allow you to download expense attachments within the filter you set and get those as a zipped file. I'm not sure if we will be able to do this as a PDF file, but what I'll do is I'll make sure this is noted as an improvement suggestion if the customer is asking for this. It's not something I've heard about before as a request, but I can definitely see why it would be something they would want. So we will definitely take that and write it down. But it's not something that is in the roadmap right now. Got one last question here, I think.
Okay. Yes.
I can see that that John is asking if you're able to, when deleting the unmatched bank transactions, if you'll be able to edit the posting date. I'm unsure about this right now. I'll need to have a quick test on that. I don't think it's something that is included in the current version, but it might be something that we will need to look into implementing in the future for sure. There's been an ask from someone about showing the statement matching function. I'm not sure if Lotte has anything prepared to show this right now, so I would request that you send a request to the support and create a ticket, and we'll be able to get that set up for you.
So that was in regards to reconciliation.
I believe it is, yes. The statement matching function, yes. And I can see more are requesting this PDF functionality as well.
Yeah. Okay, but we will bring that forward as a request or wish for future development.
Yeah. Michael, you're requesting if we at some point are able to have live transactions, if it would be possible to adjust the credit card limits per user through expense management. I'm not sure what limits you want to set there. I mean, setting a hard limit on the card usage, that will always be up to the bank as it is. But we do have options in regards to sending in expenses where you can set some limits on certain expense types with the company.
With the company, yeah, I can actually show that. If I go to
company policies,
company policies, then you can set up either approve up to a certain limit or refund up to a certain limit. That's probably what is being asked for here. So you can do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing we can do. Setting a hard limit on a card so it won't be able to be used in the stores, that will be up to the bank always, as it is.
Yes, but maybe if there are no further questions right now, we'll keep an eye on the chat, even though the session will be closing down. So and then if we haven't answered your question, as Rasmus mentioned, create a support ticket and we will look into it. Thank you all for participating. I hope that you find all the new functionality, improvements, enhancements valuable for you or your customers. And I wish you all a pleasant day. Thank you.